What would you do if an international hunter asked you to show them a good time? Well, in Tim Pilbeam's case, he erects the roof tent.
He invites you to full accommodation and then he puts you in a tent on his field. But that's nice also to try that.
It's Thomas Lindy Nissen's last night in the UK, and Tim might have saved the best sporting spectacle till last, but more about lamping with lurchers in a moment. The Dane has been here all week, and as the back of the truck reveals, Tim has done his best to deliver all sorts of typical British sport for a chapter in Thomas's new book. It comes off the back of his success with his first collection of extraordinary hunting adventures.
First of all, my wife, she don't want me home so many months in a year. And when that's said, then it's also nice to see new things all the way around the world, to shoot new species, to see new ways of hunting. Also like hunting with the lamp for foxes in UK. I thought it was too easy, but I found out that it was way harder than I thought. Very difficult, you have to be quick, you have to know what you do, you have to think about safety. But all this stuff, Tim, he learned me, because he knows a lot more about foxes than he do about pigeons.
Glad to see Thomas has spotted Tim's strengths and weaknesses, but we know he's not alone in his assumption that lamping foxes is like shooting fish in a barrel. Another revelation is how good we've got it over here.
All the stuff I have tried, I think you have quite good freedom. And even that you have the freedom to shoot a lot, then still the population of animal is very high, I think. So in my point of view, you have opportunity to smile in UK.
Not bad.
Being the host with the most, Tim suggests some al fresco dining while we wait for our lurchers to arrive. Half a pigeon breast, anyone? Doubtful British game cuisine will make the final addition. Right, let's get down to business. We're joined by Russell and Max and their dogs, Sky and her sire Billy. Billy is a Norfolk Lurcher crossed with a Whippet, and Sky's dam was a Bedlington Whippet cross.
There's lots of Lurchers and they've all got their jobs, but I prefer the long-haired ones, just because, you know, when you're running through the course, you know, got brambles and things like that, they don't rip, they don't tear. Like if you've got your Whippet crosses, you know, just short-haired Whippet cross, they tear on anything. They're all shaking, they can't handle the cold. So I do prefer my Corsairs like this one.
We haven't filmed many Lurchers and none under the lamp, so what can we expect?
But experienced dog will run the beam, he just runs a straight line. Or he actually comes out of the beam a bit, so the rabbit doesn't see him. Comes out the dart and then he shoots in on the beam. So then it's still, because obviously if they're running down the beam, the rabbit can see him running straight at him. The more experienced dog will go out the beam and cut in. And sometimes they can even pick them straight out of the seats because they don't even know they're coming.
There's a lot to this sport, including the sort of ground we can run the dogs on. For example, Max wouldn't normally let Billy go on a stubble field. Hitting a stalk at 30 miles an hour could easily puncture the dog's chest. But by now the stubble has softened, so we're good to go. But not before Tim wants to ask Max about foxes.
If a fox appears, does it go for the rabbit or for the fox?
He would go for either, to be honest, which one's closer, but I would obviously wouldn't let him go on the fox because it's illegal. But yeah, the rabbit, I'd obviously slip him on that, wait till the fox went and I'd slip him on the rabbit. So.
Okay.
Right, off we go. Our first rabbit is sitting and it's young Sky up first. Russell is on the lamp and uses it to control and contain the rabbit. Waving the light when it gets close to the hedgeline can disorientate it enough to stop it finding cover. Unfortunately, no bunny on this occasion.
3 or 4 rabbits in the field, wasn't there?
Yep.
And the other dog had to go for a start.
Yep.
And what happened?
Well, you spotted that one laying there, and that's quite a good one for her because it was sitting quite still laying there, and managed to walk up quite close to it. And it was a good run for her actually. I know she didn't catch it, but it's quite a nice little run. Yeah. She managed to get it back out of the hedge, but then it went back in. But it's quite good that she managed to get out of the hedge, run along a bit, and then went back in.
Brilliant. Yeah, she did really well actually.
Our next rabbit is in really long grass, which makes it very hard going. The conditions aren't ideal. Big moon, no wind, and not a lot of rabbits out from the hedgeline. Eventually, Billy connects.
So to kill them, do they just shake them, or they just do
No, he just crushes.
Just crushes them.
Just like that, just to crush the power of it and just crushes them. So I've done a lot of work with like rats and stuff. But they bite them back, it makes them very hard mouth.
I bet.
Because they just, obviously when they grab them, they just want to kill them. So they do the same to rabbit.
And here's a neat way to clean a rabbit without too much mess.
One gutted rabbit, no blood, nothing. Well, basically, you just push it, loosen it, and then just put it in there, and it just makes a nice little hole there, and everything's out of there.
Where do you actually squeeze it? Just show me.
Right, obviously, grab by the rib cage, top of the rib cage, push down. You get obviously the lump, the whole lot of it, and just put a force on it, and it just pops straight out. Just makes a lovely hole there, and everything's out of there.
So do the heart and lungs come out as well?
Yeah, everything, the whole lot comes.
We have another couple of close run things, but the rabbits are not out tonight. However, we do have a spectator which Tim hopes will drop by the roof tent later. So what has our Dane made of tonight?
This is my first time to see this kind of sport in real action, and it was more exciting than I thought it would be actually.
Yeah, so did I. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So superb night.
Yeah, thank you very much for this trip. That was cool.
It's cool. Well done.
Hunting in whatever form it takes is exciting, which is why people like Thomas are driven to dedicate their lives to it and then tell the world about it.
Even on a field in UK, you are close to nature, so that's nice.